Attorney Haskell, can you tell us why is it a good idea to have the living trust? In the last couple of months, we have had so many clients come into our office to form the living trust. Can you tell us why is it a good idea to have the living trust?
Sure. The living trust, or what lawyers call the revocable inter vivos trust, is by far the most popular, the most common trust that people form. The nice thing about the living trust is that on the one hand, for as long as you're alive, your property is yours and you can manage it and do with it as you see fit. But when you pass away, the property passes outside of probate. And that is the real strength of the living trust, is that it completely bypasses the probate process. And it just goes directly to whoever you want it to go to. As the people getting the living trust understand, there are a lot of advantages to avoiding probate. Probate is expensive, time-consuming, public. It creates opportunities for people to fight. Probate invites your creditors to come in and claim your goods and property. And that actually creates a second advantage to the living trust. Although a revocable trust is not an effective way to avoid creditors or to protect assets, it is effective on death. So that, if you die and you owe money to people, you owe credit cards, you owe whoever really, your creditors are all invited to come and make a claim against your estate. And that is one of the reasons why probate takes so long, is because your creditors actually have a year to come forward and make a claim against your estate. And thus everything has to be held for that year. With the living trust, whatever property is in the trust does not go into your probate estate, so your creditors cannot get at it. Therefore, there's no need to wait a year for them to file their claims. So while the revocable trust really does not offer much in the way of asset protection in life, it does offer asset protection in death. But in addition to keeping your property away from your creditors when you die, the other really nice thing is that it makes it much more difficult for your heirs to fight. When you pass, the probate court actually requires that all of your relatives be notified that your estate is in probate, so that there's somebody who, for example, you didn't leave anything to, they have an opportunity to come to probate court and fight about it. They're invited to come to probate court and fight about it, actually. With the trust, nobody receives an invitation to anything. Your successor trustee just simply distributes your property the way the trust says that they should. And the fact that you have a successor trustee actually does create one interesting advantage to the living trust while you are still alive. You have designated who will be your trustee when you can't do it anymore. So being the trustee until the day you die might not be such an advantage if for the last year you're very sick and can't manage your affairs. At that point, you can resign, or they can put a provision in the trust that you can be replaced as trustee. And now your successor trustee has seamlessly stepped in to manage all your property and all your stuff. This can be actually much more efficient and much more effective even than a power of attorney, because just so many financial institutions want their own power of attorney form. So many healthcare providers want their own power of attorney form. Just so many institutions want their own power of attorney forms. But nobody can challenge who the trustee is when the property is in trust. So while the living trust confers all of these advantages, the fact of the matter is that while you're alive, it really has no disadvantages. You're the trustee. You are completely in control. You can change the trust. You can add and subtract beneficiaries. You can buy and sell property. You can do anything you want. So while the living trust offers all these advantages, particularly in death, it offers really no disadvantages in life. You are completely in control. You can add beneficiaries, get rid of beneficiaries, or what would be in effect heirs. You can buy and sell property, mortgage property. Nothing changes for so long as you are alive. It really is only important when you die or perhaps become incapacitated. And for that, living trust has become very popular with so many of my clients, and that is why so many have been coming to us to have these done.